We're late because
I have been momming it.
Right.
Yeah. I had to. They had the thing at the school on Friday.
Yeah.
Right. Our kids had a thing in their showcase where they're showing off their project that they've been working on, and well, the showcase was exactly at the time that my son has OT.
Right. So we can't do that because he'll be mad.
So we had to reschedule OT, and their time slot was early this morning. And then I didn't do my math right, and I only accounted for travel to and from one way instead of 2 ways
to get back here.
Well, half an hour does make a difference. Anyway, so we made it through. My husband left town at 4:30 this morning.
Nice.
And is it noon yet?
It's 10.
Holy cow!
It feels like it. Hey, look, it's supposed to stop raining later.
It's a fabulous rainy Monday. Yay! We need the rain. We are a desert. We appreciate the rain. Rain is good.
My home couldn't be muddier.
No. Don't have a dirt driveway.
Yeah.
I'm about to pay for a load of gravel so that I can park in the driveway.
Park in my driveway.
It's for me.
For you. The problem is I need to grade it before
She
I
needs to
put
grade it
down
before she
a
gets a load of gravel.
load of like road mix or gravel. And do I think about grading it? Not very often, but like
When
right
it's muddy,
now, when
right
I
now.
have mud and 8-inch deep puddles, I sure do think about driving.
But it's not the right time to do it.
Right now it would be terrible.
Yes, see? So, anyway,
So remind me in like April
when it's dry,
to grade the dang driveway.
to grade the driveway. Yes, okay. Anyway, so we always have a whole bunch of upcoming classes. We've got quite a few.
But right now we have a guest teacher who's
And
going to be coming in tomorrow.
Tomorrow is actually one of her classes.
And next month, and she's doing her magic trick series. So she's kind of come up with a fun way to sew the strips together, and depending on how you cut them, you get a totally different quilt.
So they're a series of patterns. They're all strip piecing patterns.
Yep.
And so they're faster and easier than they look.
Right, and there's none of this tiny piecing. So right here we have these little like 1.5.
Yeah, they probably were 2 inch.
1 3/4 inch squares, but no tiny pieces were involved in making this, which is fun. So like your homework for this class tomorrow, if you want to do it, there's still plenty of time to sign up. Yeah, you're gonna need to cut 5-inch strips and 2.5-inch strips. That's it. That's the only homework for the class. She doesn't want you to sew them together before you come.
Yeah.
So there's still plenty of time to sign up, but they're a really fun series of patterns because it's like this next one, the box fans. We've got some like little teeny tiny
little pinwheels and bigger pinwheels and medium pinwheels and bigger pinwheel frame, and there's no piecing.
No small piecing involved.
Which I mean, as much I love tiny piecing, but I understand it's not everyone's jam.
I do, but then I was doing Blog of the Month Open Sew Night with Terry working on her
Jen's been doing some serious tiny.
Yeah,
piecing.
I've been doing Kim Deal. So
she's been doing tiny piecing with needle turn applique, which is
it's the freezer paper, which is easier than needle turn.
That's true.
This much, but it's easier. And then I jammed my thumb up real good. So handwork is harder.
It's not really my fault.
It's not really your fault.
I blame myself.
I was trying to help you, and I did something stupid.
Did Tyson ever look at the machine?
No.
Okay.
I'll make him look at it tonight. Yeah, I had a week last week, so I figured out it's possible to impale your hand on a straw.
She did do that.
And then a few days later, I put my finger inside of an industrial sewing machine.
Don't do that either.
While it's running. Bad idea.
Well, it wasn't really running because it was jammed.
It was jammed.
But it wasn't off.
It wasn't off either. And so when you go to try and clear the jam,
make sure it's off.
I'm actually a rather intelligent person, but I can really do some dumb stuff.
I've damaged myself on that machine too. I've damaged myself a lot of ways. This thumb got.
Well, that was the thing. The kids came home. They saw the Band-Aid. They're like, "Did you cut your finger off again?" And I was like, "No." I smashed it really good, and I'm pretty sure it's broken.
It's only the tip of it, though.
No, but like right here is super sore.
It's not puffy though.
I know, and I can move it. So
when I broke right here, my hand got this big.
Yeah. So I'm like all the bone around here is super
it's probably
tender.
Just bruised.
It's at least bruised. Up here I might have broken it.
I thought that I didn't break this because I could. So I broke this bone right here.
Yeah.
And I told my PA friend at the time, it's not broken, watch, I can do this. Because I totally could do this. But then it swelled up about this big. And my PA friend says, Liz, stop it. And go. And I said, fine. And then sure enough, it was like, total V. It's like, how come I can move my thumb just fine? Anyway, it's still, my hand's still distorted, but.
Such it is.
I know, she's like, but I can move it. I'm like, that doesn't mean it's not broken. I learned this.
Right. So
It
anyway,
was like 20 years ago though, so.
putting a damper on the needle turn right now. This opposable thumb, it's really important. I can pinch a little bit this way, but just
No,
Where's
you
the
can't hold the
accuracy?
handwork so well?
yeah. Once this gets less tender, I can.
Okay.
It's great,
Try gloves?
right? It's just
I don't
it's just the pushing against
Yeah, the
here.
pressure.
It's the
I think it's just
tender.
really bruised.
I mean
You
yeah,
might
because
have
I have
chipped
a
the bone a
nice
little bit.
cup over here that goes all the way
I say
through.
the cut goes through. I was there. I was
Like it blew out the nail bed.
looking to find something to stop the bleeding.
Yeah,
Going
luckily I
over.
keep paper towels and stuff in my sewing room. But yeah, it bled pretty good.
It did. Uh-huh. It was bruised immediately. That's the best part, when it's like
You look at it and you're like,
immediately purple. And you're
why
like,
is it
oh,
immediately
man.
dark purple under the fingernail? That hurts.
That's gonna fall off. Anyway,
Yeah. I'm
okay,
looking forward to
we
that.
have, these are classes with Carolyn Hutchinson.
Yes.
She's of Carolyn's in Stitches. She also does her Quilts of Compassion group here.
Yep.
Which is free. And
Yep, and the free small quilts for that, which is a great one. It can be social sewing. 2, it can be a skill builder. 3, it's a donation. So great reasons
all good reasons
all
to
around.
do it.
So,
Carolyn's a good teacher. We really like Carolyn.
yep, she's sweet. So these are a fun series that are going on right now in the
So
shop.
Magic Trick.
Yeah,
This
so
is
they're
the-
going to
what's
be
it
both
called?
written as magic tricks. This is Unhinged,
Unhinged, which is tomorrow.
which is tomorrow.
And
And
then
then-
still have time to do it.
Oh, plenty of time. And then this one's Box Fans.
Box Fans, which is next month.
Yes.
And then Jen does have applique classes coming up. We keep having
I
people ask
do.
about
Oh,
this.
guys, I'm going to tell you about this. I can't get pictures up yet because I'm waiting for my wool to come in. I've got a wool block of the month that we're going to start in
Uh-huh.
May. I think I said May.
You
That
can
I
see
am so excited
third
for.
Thursday.
If you've ever seen Debbie Busby's Blessed Bee,
Oh, it's so cute.
it is so
Oh, we need to
cute.
borrow it.
We should borrow it. I'll email
There
her.
we could.
Debbie, if you're watching.
We can borrow your sample.
So I've
I
been
love
wanting
this
to
one.
do it,
I
but
don't
then
do wool applique, but I want to do this
But
one.
I've been like, okay, I've got to price it out. I've got to source the wool. And now we have a couple of regular wool suppliers that we buy through that I've got a good variety of golds that I need for this.
Mhm.
And so I finally made a list of how many colors do I need? How much do I need of each color? It's supposed to have a woven background. So I'm like, well, what wovens
we love wovens.
can I get? And what wovens can I get an abundance of that are gonna stay in stock?
Yeah.
So I spent a while and worked it all out. So we are going to have a wool applique block of the month with an optional sew day once a month. That is going to be separate from my other block of the month sew day. This is going to be the wool
Just
applique.
the wool applique. So for people like me who need to learn different stitches,
Well, or just like, how do I even put it
or
down?
how do I put
What
it
are,
together?
and what are
have-
the options? And there are a lot of different ways.
I own a whole bunch of wool applique kits. Guess who hasn't?
And I
Jen's
love
like,
it.
Liz, they're easy, and I'm like, I haven't.
It's-
I look at them and I think I really want to make that.
Literally
and then
the
I walk
easiest
away.
applique because it's supposed to look rustic.
So I might actually sign up for this one.
You should.
Just so I do
I'm
it.
doing it as block of the month so that I get to finally make this thing. Because otherwise, I cannot make it a priority in my
But
life.
it's so cute.
It's so pretty.
You've been in love with them for a long time.
I've loved it since the first time I ever saw
We have
it.
another wool block of the month.
And
don't
that'll
we?
start in August.
Not till this
and
fall,
it'll be
that's
a
right.
flowers one, which is also going to be really cute. But this one will be great, and we're going to start it in May. And I think
Then you
it's
have another
listed.
app. Okay.
And then
there's
I added
also
another applique class for traditional applique. I believe I'm doing the interfacing applique because I really like that method. Like she said, I'm doing freezer paper applique at home right now, which I enjoy. The interfacing applique I also really like, and I find it is the easiest to
Turn
teach to
under
people.
applique.
We
to
get a
teach.
beautiful finished edge, really, really easily.
Mhm.
So, like I had a lady come in Friday night for my block of the month open sew because she was working on the All Things Beautiful block of the month.
Oh yeah.
And so I taught her that at the block of the month open sew. So come on to that. There's a picture on that class. That's not what we're making because it's always a surprise. We just applique a little pillow top.
Usually a surprise to her while she puts it together.
I've got to design it first. Well, I can't just take from a pattern because then I'd have to make you buy the pattern. So
Yes.
I just draw it up myself.
Which
But that
makes it
class-
cheaper for you.
Includes what you need.
Materials.
It will include the interfacing and the fabric and the background.
Not a sewing machine or a needle though, so you should bring those.
Bring that stuff. But the fabrics and the interfacing you're going to need, those will all be provided for that class. So we've got those two kind of applique classes coming up. And if for the wool, if you want to give it a try without signing up for the block of the month yet, I've got the Bluebird and Lamb.
You get a pick. You make either the bluebird or the lamb. And
I've
it's
gotta
they're
make
Debbie Busby
kits.
projects.
For those.
Yes, you do. If you're gonna, yes.
I wrote out what we need for him, and I ordered the last of what we needed.
That's a good start. It's a really good start, actually.
Well, because I worked out a spreadsheet for kitting all of the wool stuff
Yay!
so that I don't have to be the one to do it.
The problem with wool kitting is that it's like we need a 1-inch square,
Well, and you
then
need
this
to
big,
cut
and it's this big, and you've got to
reasonably out of what you have.
cut it economically so that
For
we're not waste and all of those things. And so it's
So
not as easy as this is all
I
factors.
made a spreadsheet to get it out of my brain and onto paper, not paper, but digital,
computer.
so that other people can help me with that. So,
It's just a
That's
good way to
bonus.
do that. Yep.
but that's coming up too, and those are just little guys. They're super cute, super easy.
That's a great intro to wool
It's a
applique.
super good intro to wool applique.
And if you, an intro to wool applique is an intro to raw edge applique.
It's
to be
absolutely
honest.
the
It's
same.
the same thing. So if you
We
want to
do
learn,
usually do it by hand. There are some people who want to sew down by machine, and that's fine
it's
too.
totally fine. You do you.
Um, I usually teach it by hand. The most basic stitch we do is a blanket stitch. Then we'll
I
add,
can do that.
then we'll add some running stitches and stem stitches and other things. But we will cover all of those.
Yep.
In class. So
But
lots of fun technique classes are coming up. So if you're interested in learning any of those, sign up. Come on in, ask questions. I think I've got everything on the class listing for those.
And if not, email her. Her email is jennifer@jkquilts.com.
Thanks for that. Yeah,
And she can answer all of your class questions.
I will do my bestest. But it's gonna be fun. I'm super stoked because really I am super stoked about the Blessed Bee.
Oh, yes.
Gosh,
Very.
I have wanted to do that.
It's been years.
Yeah, but see the wool applique one for the lamb or the bluebird is March 8th.
So it's soon. So we
It's
gotta make
very
those
soon.
kits fast. We'll talk about
Oh,
that.
Saturday's the side hustle though.
Yes.
If you want to make the side hustle, it's a great little bag.
Bring mine.
Oh, mine is in the next room. Hold please.
Jen's gonna go get hers. It's a Great by Annie bag. It's one of her newer patterns for this year. It comes in 2 sizes. If you see the class listing, my daughter's modeling mine. And it's a great crossbody bag. In fact, and I'm not a huge fan of crossbody bags because I'm not exactly little up top. But this one hugs really nice, so it's not like out
This
to
is
here.
a beautiful bag, you guys. And I'm excited to make one that maybe a little less neon. Whatever.
I walked into
It's fun walking in places and people are like, where'd you get that bag? And I'm like, I made it. Actually, I put that sticker.
we have
up
tags
there.
on them that say thanks I made
Thanks,
it.
I made it.
Jen made hers out of the lighter houndstooth from Tula's Untamed,
Untamed.
and mine's out of the darker houndstooth, and they're fabulous.
I love it because it just fits
Actually,
right here.
these 2 pockets right here are great. Like I love to be able to just stick my phone in and out
Right.
of that one,
Right, my phone just goes right here.
and I travel, I do all sorts of things, and this is just a fantastic.
It's great, you know?
It's a great bag for
It's like,
running errands.
Here's my wallet.
Like
I've
it's
got my
just-
wallet, my phone, my keys. Life is good. I actually have like
I actually
17
usually have
pens
a
in there right
chapstick and
now.
a bunch of pens.
That's the problem is it's full of like 17 different pens at the moment.
But it's a great bag. We're making it on Saturday.
And it's totally a make in class bag. All I
Yes.
want you to do before class
Quilt your fabric.
is cut out the big,
Right?
cut it out and quilt your fabric.
But you're not cutting out the shape. You're cutting out a big rectangle.
They're rectangles. It's going to be like a 10 by 15
And I think that's only
or
2
something
fabrics
like that.
that go into this one. You have a
Yeah.
lining and
You have
an
a
outside
lining
fabric.
and the exterior. That's it. So it's going to be really easy to pick your fabrics. Get one of the packages of Zipper by the Yard, and
Or you can buy 2 zippers if you really want.
but if you're scared of Zipper by the Yard, I'm here to help.
Ooh, and we have some really cool box kits that have a bunch of different ones. They're really
Oh,
cute.
we do.
We got some really cute new zippers.
We do. So
And
they
hardware.
don't just even have to be solid. I might have to use my
I thought about using it on the other project I'm doing, and I'm like, no, this isn't good enough for that.
right.
I have zipper that is too cool to use.
Right. This is the problem. You buy stuff and it's like, it's gonna have to live on the same shelf with my
Those fat quarter bundles you're not allowed to touch because they're too pretty.
Well, it's like I still have that Pride and Prejudice text background fabric
Why even? Yep. Mhm.
that
So
I haven't. Nothing's been right to use it yet.
Anyway, we're gonna get
So-
back to work, but check out our class listing. We have tons of fun classes coming up,
Tons.
and there are only a couple spots left in the Legit Kits mini retreat.
Right. And we have a prep day that's a free class this
It's this
Thursday.
week.
No.
There's the
Wednesday?
26th.
Wednesday. Thursday's Charlotte's birthday,
Okay.
so it's got to be Wednesday.
So that's coming up, and that's gonna be fun. And we've got kits that we're cutting for that.
Yeah, we are
We're doing
good cutting
Skullriver
through
and
Autumn the
Sail Away
Fox and Sail
and
Away.
the Fox.
So those three are all they work on a 1 dot, 2 dot, 3 dot scale. 1 dots are
easiest.
the easiest. 2 dots are take a little more time. 3 dots are more complicated.
And the complication comes from the pieces ending up smaller.
Right, or having just more pieces.
So some of the
So
tiny ones are actually 3-dot projects.
right,
because-
you're like, oh, but it's a 15 by 30. How bad could it be?
well, when the pieces all end up an eighth of
There are
an inch.
94 colors
It's,
and they're tiny.
Uh-huh.
But these ones are considered faster. So
So they're great learning ones.
yeah,
Plus, Skullriver is amazing.
I know.
I've been wanting to make it forever, and so the fact that we're cutting kits means I might actually do it.
You get to make it.
Because it's 100 different fabrics, and the day I was gonna find myself 100 different fabrics was
It's a bit
never
of a job.
in my free time.
Yeah.
So
Bit of a job.
it's all good. Anyway,
So
so check out our class listings, fun stuff coming up. We got to get into our meeting because, like I said, I put everyone back
we got work to
30
do.
minutes today.
So have a good week.
We'll see ya.
The rain's supposed to stop today.
I
Change
know.
the weather. It's supposed to get sunny.
Like 60 degrees this afternoon, which might actually dry up some of this amazing weather.
I sure hope so. Charlotte's hoping to get to do something outdoors on her birthday.
My kids have been like, yeah.
It's so hard.
Yesterday, Eric got home finally, and Henry and William wanted to go play pickle out in the backyard, and it was like,
You can't.
it's like it's still raining, and it's
Even
What?
with a full thick yard, you're gonna be sloshing.
It was a mess. Anyway,
Bye.
thanks guys. We'll see ya.